Does it start at 3:30 then?
And our faculty are already there, so we're going to wait for a signal.
So we won't be doing quick.
Right, yeah. A nice little break before actual music starts.
The marathon, it'll be a shorter marathon than what we used to, at least.
Graduates and undergraduates still be pretty small.
Yeah.
So we'll cadence and pump and circumstance like at a natural place, whether it's tonic or not. You know.
We'll find out when we get there.
Every 4 bars there's a place to like stop. So they get a little antsy, like if we actually went on and finished it. Like, calm down. There's that 10 seconds.
Yeah.
20 seconds. Not gonna.
It's like it'll take maybe 30 seconds max. It's all right.
I did write it. It came from the Ploy-Har band arrangement, the easy Ploy-Har band arrangement. The flip side, processional on one side, and then some original recessional he wrote. And
I love the recessional that's on that flip side.
It's really nice. Ready? Okay, here we go, guys.
You want to start?
Yeah, I'll just count us into it. 1, 2, 3.
Madam President, let Muskingum University's December 2023 commencement now begin.
Thank you, Dr. Ingold, and hello, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you to our December 2023 commencement, honoring both our undergraduate and graduate degree candidates. And it's such a pleasure to celebrate this special occasion with our class of 2023 and their friends and family members. So please remain standing in body or in spirit for our invocation, or rise, right? Those in the audience remain, those around me, rise. For our invocation led by the Reverend Derek Wadlington, our chaplain.
If it be your way, please pray with me. Good and gracious God, we give thanks for this glorious day that you have made. We give thanks for the chance to gather as community, to pause, to celebrate this wondrous achievement of our graduates today. We ask a blessing on this ceremony. We give thanks for everyone who got them here, parents, teachers, coaches, support people, and ask a special blessing on them. Be with our grads as we celebrate them now and as we send them out into this world. Amen.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and it is a good afternoon. It's so wonderful to have you all with us today, both in person and virtually. And our student volunteers from Orbit Media are live streaming and recording today's ceremony, as they do with so many important events across our academic year. So I want to thank them for their skills and talents in connecting Muskies, families, and friends near and far. Let's have a round of applause for Orbit Media. Congratulations to our December 2023 graduating class. This is your day, and the entire Muskingum community is celebrating with each one of you. You have made such an impact during your time here, and I am so confident that you are going to go out into the world, make your mark, and continue to bring forward the things that you learned when you were at Muskingum. We know that your family and friends played a vital role in your success at Muskingum, and I want to congratulate all of the family members and friends here today. Thank you for encouraging your graduate through each step as they earned their degree. We share your tremendous pride in them as we celebrate their accomplishments today. And I would like to take a moment for a round of applause. You can applaud yourselves, even as we thank all the family members and friends for their exceptional support. Thank you. So the Muskingum faculty and staff have been at the center of your experience here. They've been teaching, challenging, inspiring, and guiding you, and today they honor you. So I'm going to ask the Muskingum University faculty and staff to please stand in body or spirit and be recognized. So the Muskingum University Board of Trustees is a highly committed and engaged group of individuals. They give their time and energy, their talent, their treasure, and they provide so much leadership and stewardship to Muskingum. And so we have actually 4 trustees with us here today, and I'm going to ask you all to rise, all the members of our Board of Trustees. Would you also stand and be recognized? So I'll note we have Greg Adams and Dave Cradaville in the audience, and we have Jim Schmatter, who's speaking today, and our board chair, Cheryl Carpenter. So we are very grateful for their leadership. So today's commencement address will be presented by Dr. James W. Schmatter, a Muskingum graduate of the class of 1969 and a university trustee. Jim served as the president of Western Connecticut State University for a decade, leading the institution to become known for its high-quality professional programs, strong liberal arts and sciences, and prestige in the fine arts. Throughout his teaching career and academic leadership roles, Jim has had a profound impact on the lives of students. Through his roles as author and consultant, he advanced knowledge in international business and business education. You can learn more about him as you look at your program, but we are extremely proud to honor him today with the presentation of a Doctor of Humane Letters degree. So I invite Cheryl Hetrick Carpenter, the chair of the University Board of Trustees and a member of the Muskingum class of 1986, to join me in conferring this honorary degree. Jim, please come forward now.
Welcome, Jim. Very happy that you're here. It is my pleasure to read this statement. Whereas James W. Schmatter a member of the Muskingum University class of 1969, has impacted the world through his higher education career, serving from 2004 to 2015 as president of Western Connecticut State University in academic leadership roles at Cornell University, Western Michigan University, and Lehigh University, and as a faculty member in international business and business education. And whereas James W. Schmatter is a passionate supporter of student athletes and a leader among his peers, serving as chair of the NCAA Division III President's Council and as president of the Little East Athletic Conference during his tenure at Western Connecticut State University. And whereas James W. Schmatter has authored numerous publications on international business and business education, consulted frequently for multinational corporations and U.S. government agencies, and developed and managed international education academic programs in the European Union, Malaysia, India, Japan, Singapore, Pakistan, Russia, and China. And whereas James W. Schmatter is a volunteer for the Education Foundation of Collier County, Florida, and a member of Habitat for Humanity's Family Selection Committee, and previously served as a director of Ethan Allen Interiors, as president of the Naples Council on World Affairs, and as chair of the Graduate Management Admissions Council. And whereas James W. Schmatter earned his Muskingum Bachelor of Arts degree in History, a Doctor of Philosophy degree in American History from Northwestern University, and studied higher education administration at Columbia University, and is the recipient of a Muskingum Alumni Distinguished Service Award. Therefore, be it now resolved by the Muskingum University Board of Trustees on this day, the 8th of December, 2023, that the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters be conferred upon James W. Schmatter.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Muskingum University, I do hereby confer upon you, James W. Schmatter, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. And I am now honored to present to you Dr. James W. Schmatter.
Well, that was certainly a lot of whereases. You know, I'm honored and flattered to receive this recognition. This means a lot to a boy from Crooksville, Ohio, not too far from here, and not many folks from there get this kind of award, so I'm humbled and grateful. But I'm not the reason we're here this afternoon. Rather, you graduates are. And I salute you, all of my fellow Muskies, on the achievements that have brought you here this afternoon. I remember well when I sat in your place wearing a robe just like yours. It was a hot summer day, early summer day. We were outside in the stadium. This building didn't exist then. My hair was a different color. It was a different length too, you know, it was the 60s. I was excited about the future, but also a bit sad to be leaving friends and a place I'd come to love. And I suspect some of you feel that way this afternoon as well. Since then, I've attended scores of commencement exercises as a professor and university administrator, and I always think of what mine meant to me and contemplate what they mean to you, what graduates like you feel. You know, commencement is a two-faced word. It celebrates accomplishments in the past, but it also implies beginning, hence its root commence, to start. The best way I've come to think about commencements is the metaphor of mountain climbing. Imagine, graduates, that today you've reached a summit that was your goal. For many of you, that summit was a bachelor's degree. For others, an even higher peak of a master's degree. But you've all been climbing for quite a while, and now you've made it to the top. It's been a long, sometimes difficult journey, full of not only challenges overcome, but also joys experienced. You turn and you look back at the path you've taken to that summit. You contemplate the places where the trail was steep and the footing was uncertain. You smile when you recall those long downhill stretches where you could catch your breath. And as you gaze at that path, you remember that you did not make the journey alone. You had parents, children, siblings, family, and friends supporting and rooting for you. So I'd ask the graduating class one more time to recognize and thank everyone who helped you along the way. And as you look back, you also remember the guides who helped you navigate some of the most difficult sections of the trail. In the Himalayas, they called them Sherpas, but here we call them professor or doctor or Mr. or Ms. I'm talking about the faculty and staff who have been with you every step of the way. Graduates, let them know one more time how invaluable their guidance was for you. So from your mountain peak, you turn and you look out to the trail ahead. Hidden in the mist, you see higher peaks, narrower trails, and deeper canyons. What you're looking at, Muskie graduates, is the future. And that's where you're headed. Now, even on this day of celebration, I would be less than honest if I didn't observe that that future is full of uncertainties and challenges. I'm talking about pandemics, wars, economic instability, climate change, political polarization. Without question, tough issues, tough stuff. But when, I would ask you, has the future not been challenging for college graduates? Certainly it was for my generation. We faced the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandals, endless gas lines at service stations, double-digit inflation, recession, and always hanging over our head the prospect of nuclear war. And we faced these challenges and these threats without iPhones or the internet or Amazon or Uber, and I'm not sure how we were able to do that. So the bigger question that you all face here today, the more important question, is how do you prepare yourself for the climb ahead? What behaviors do you need to pull out of your life and career backpack to extend the mountain climbing metaphor more? What behaviors do you need to encourage, to practice, and which behaviors do you need to stow away and make sure they never see the light of day? I have 10 behaviors to tell you about. The first 3 are ones you don't want to bring out. They are no-nos. Do not, under any circumstances, become cynical, disengaged, and check out, either physically or electronically, from the civic life of your communities. You can make a difference by volunteering, serving local government, and helping nonprofit organizations, and doing all kinds of other things. But you have to be in the game. Don't hide behind that screen. Secondly, do not listen to the purveyors of rumor, untruth, truth, and conspiracy. You learned critical thinking skills here at Muskingum in your courses. Continue to use those skills in your lives as citizens. And thirdly, do not ignore the real-life challenges that other human beings face. Don't turn your back on empathy and compassion. Help out. Now, instead, you should apply behaviors and inculcate behaviors that you learned here in your classes and your experiences at Muskingum. There are 7 examples of what I mean by that. First, maintain a connection to and pride in your alma mater. You'll be asked occasionally, as I am in Florida where I live, Muskingum, where's that? What's that? What is this? Be proud in responding. Say, we've been around since 1837, changing lives since then. We have a noble, proud tradition at this university, and don't forget it. Also remember that the Latin translation, or one Latin translation of alma mater is nourishing mother, nourishing mother. Stay in touch, and so Muskingum is your academic mom. So stay in touch with mom, give her some love, and maybe the occasional contribution as well. 2, maintain the friendships you've made during your time here. Keep those good memories alive, stay in touch. You'll find these friendships can last and enrich your entire life. 3rd, be humble about your education. Fewer than 40% of Americans have bachelor's degrees, and far fewer do postgraduate work. Your degree will give you economic and social benefits and status, but remember that responsibilities accompany it. And in other words, don't be too stuck on yourself. 4, store in a corner of your memory some of the information you learned in a course that was not your major. You never know in this rapidly changing world what will be valued. I would have never guessed, for example, how important what I learned in Professor Louis Palmer's legendary course here at Muskingum, his 2-semester course called The Arts. I never thought about how important that course would be to me later, but it's informed literally every visit I've ever made to a museum, and it also guided my involvement in the construction of a $100 million Visual and Performing Arts Center a few years ago. So you never know what's going to be helpful. 5, keep the study skills you developed here at Muskingum up to date. One thing we know about the future is that it will demand lifelong learning. It might be online, it might be in person, it might be informally via YouTube, but you will need to learn new things. That's guaranteed. 6, similarly, remember those leadership experiences you had here in New Concord. Or if you're online with your classes out there in the occupational therapy program. Those leadership experiences will serve you well in the challenging future that you face. And that can come from your activity as a student athlete, a club officer, a residence hall assistant, an intern, part-time worker, resident, whatever it is. Those skills you developed here will be useful. The world will need your leadership. Be prepared to give it. Finally, and this is very important, finally, be the self that you, not someone else, defines. As Shakespeare wrote in Hamlet, this above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as night follows day, that thou canst not then be false to any man. I'd up that to say any woman as well. A more contemporary poet, Bruce Springsteen, said it in a different way. Bruce said, it's a sad man, my friend, who's living in his own skin and can't stand the company. The message here is strong. Be yourself. Be comfortable in yourself. Define yourself. So, Muskie graduates, I celebrate your reaching this milestone. Enjoy the view from the summit. I wish you every success and happiness and leave you with the words of the traditional Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields, And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. Again, congratulations. Welcome to the long magenta line.
Thank you, Jim, for inspiring us both in a lifetime of leadership and service and with those words. Appreciate that. So now please welcome Sarah Heading of the class of December 2023 to perform Almost There. And Sarah is accompanied by Caroline Heading on the piano. Caroline is both Sarah's mother and our collaborative pianist. Sarah and Caroline.
Mama, I don't have time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around. You know it's not my style. This old town can slow you down. People taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going. I'm getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, you know I've had my share. There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, and I'm almost there. I remember Daddy told me fairy tales can come true, but you gotta make them happen. It all depends on you. So I work real hard each and every day. Things for sure are going my way. Just doing what I do. Look out, boys, I'm coming through, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People gonna come here from everywhere, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. There's been trials and tribulations. You know we've had our share. But I've climbed a mountain, I've crossed the river, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Thank you, Sarah and Caroline, and what an incredible example of the talent that our students bring to Muskingum. And what an appropriate song, because you are almost there. Got a little bit more to do here in terms of awarding our degrees. So as we prepare to grant our graduate degrees to the class of 2023, I invite our provost, Dr. Jennifer Dugan, to join me for the presentation of candidates.
Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Education degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Arts in Education degree. The faculty has recommended, and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, and with the approval of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority placed on me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Education with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree. The faculty has recommended, and the Board of Trustees has approved, the granting of these degrees.
So upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidate for the Master of Business Information Systems degree please stand? Madam President, this candidate has completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Business Information Systems degree. The faculty has recommended, and the Board of Trustees has approved, the granting of this degree.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Information Systems with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Master of Occupational Therapy degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Occupational Therapy degree. The faculty has recommended, and the Board of Trustees has approved, the granting of these degrees.
So upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Occupational Therapy with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
I now invite the recipients of the degrees of Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Information Systems, and Master of Occupational Therapy to come forward to receive your diplomas. They will be presented to you by President Hassler and Chair Carpenter. Families of our graduates, you are welcome to come forward to take photos, but please take care not to block the aisles, the movement of our graduates, or the view of other audience members. A photographer will be taking photos as your graduate descends the stage. Robin Lynn Bennett. Brianna Paige Gallimore. Cassidy Elaine Mast. Renee A. Van Horn. Donna Lynn Engel. Haley Alyssa Bard. Emily G. Congelosi, sorry. Thank you. Darcy L. Drummonds. Tara Ann Fowler. Paige Alyss Godding. Joe E. Crum. Sarah Jane Moberg. Braden R. Russell. Crystal Simpson. Laura Michelle Wackerly. Ryan Charles Walter. Joshua Dean Wilson. Abigail Marie Ackerman. Robin Anderson. Courtney Marie Clemens. Emily Kate Damon. Destiny Nicole Day. Allison Eller. Jody L. Herning. Tanya Renee Moore. Carrie Louise Natalie. Catherine Penelope Piro. Danae Tennyson. Notori J. Smith, Jr. Congratulations to all our master's degree graduates in the fields of education, business information systems, and occupational therapy.
So once again, congratulations to our master's degree recipients in class of 2023. So I'm now going to invite Provost Dugan to return to begin the presentation of the class of 2023 graduates for undergrad degrees.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Bachelor of Arts degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Muskingum University and by the faculty, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Bachelor of Science degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
With the approval of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Muskingum University, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree please stand? Madam President, this candidate has completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of this degree.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Muskingum University, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations. Will the class of 2023 bachelor's degree members please rise and face the audience? You can choose which side, whichever one your family's on, family and friends, right? Yeah, I proudly present to you the class of 2023. You may be seated.
I now invite the recipients of the degrees of Bachelors of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing to come forward to receive your diplomas. They will be presented to you by President Hassler and Chair Carpenter. Eleonora Jean Baker. Bailey Dawn Bishop, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Jade Carpenter. Gabrielle Michelle Simonello. Zachary Wyatt Clayton. Madison Lee Curavo. Helen Menyo Diala. Luke James Garrison. Jamie Hamilton Gladwell. Audrey M. Haig, magna cum laude. Addison Nicole Hagee. Sarah Rose Heading. Jamar R. Hicks, Jr. Hannah Grace Hill. Shane Matthew Iams, magna cum laude. All right. Justin Sean Jones. Paul Matthias Lambo, magna cum laude. Hunter Allen Loy, summa cum laude, valedictorian. Okay. Zachary James Massey, cum laude. Anthony Joseph Mazzagatti. Mandy Colleen McLaughlin. Reese Morgan, magna cum laude. Glenna Sue Louise Muckley. Emily Elizabeth Owens. Augustine Perez. Lauren Isabel Pickrell. Amanda Lee Plaskett. Mackenzie Brooke Reed, cum laude. Cal Ramey. Nazara Starr Taylor. Allison Telkamp. Samantha Jaden Tish. Donovan Michael Wilkinson. I really thought he was going to do that. You're not going to do anything funny, are you? All right. Terry D'Angelo Williams. Cameron Michelle Wolf. Mafuz Yakubu.
Well, we had a wonderful celebration there. I love hearing the cheering. You have so earned that, and you so deserve it today. Now that you have crossed the platform, it's time to officially change your tassels. So I'd like to ask you to stand if you are able, or in body and spirit, or spirit. Get ready. And please, I do have to have a question here. I'm assuming our graduate folks move their tassels as well. They do not. Okay, never mind. We're learning. Congratulations on already having moved your tassels. There we go. Okay. So you are now going to switch your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboard, some of which are pretty cool, by the way. And congratulations to each one of you. You may be seated. I now invite graduating senior Paul Lambeau to come forward. And Paul earned his degree in Integrated Social Science, Studies, and Special Education for grades 7 through 12. He's a member of Phi Kappa Tau fraternity and 3 academic honorary societies. He has served the PLUS program as a PLUS ambassador and as a LEAP mentor, and he studied abroad in Italy. Paul exemplifies the many students at Muskingum who embrace the whole learning experience, both in and out of the classroom. Paul.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Class of Fall 2023, let me be another colleague to congratulate you on getting to this common destination. A point that we all have been waiting for, that being graduation. The start of a new chapter in our lives. For those of you who do not know me, I am Paul Lambeau. I am graduating today with a special education and integrated social studies major. It is an honor to be a part of this group that has been through so many experiences, challenges, successes, and everything in between, with Muskingum being our provider of such experiences. Muskingum has provided, in my opinion, a well-rounded education for us all. I know each of you have your own stories and experiences that would capture this educational enrichment at Muskingum University, but let me quickly tell you about my own experiences at this institution. A point I would like to make before I share my story is that of a simple quote from Jeremiah White. I am different, not deficient. This quote is something I hold dear to my heart because being a student with disabilities, I have always been seen as different. From a young age, I carried the expectation that I would not amount to anything, that I would not do well enough in school to be able to go to college, and I feel like this proves a point. Instead of allowing these negative expectations consume me, I took this challenge and worked and struggled to get to where I am today. After moving to Ohio 18 years ago, I had the opportunity to attend Jackson High School. There I learned with confidence and skills to attend Muskingum University and get a good degree. This university has showed me a well-rounded experience, and I was able to do things that people said I would never do. During my 4.5 years on campus, I took over 126 hours of courses and worked multiple jobs. In the dining hall as a kitchen staff worker, a LEAP student mentor, a PLUS ambassador, the history department tutor, and also many other things. I maintained a job at AutoZone Distribution Center in Zanesville, and again was a part of Phi Kappa and 3 other Greek organizations. I was a friend, a brother, a student, and a mentor, and a colleague to many people on this campus. Now, you may be wondering, why do I share these experiences with you? A quote that captures why I share is from a poem by Linda Ellis. In this poem, she refers to a dash, a line that is in between the day you were born and the day of your passing. It reads, "For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spent our dash." And so my charge to you, class of fall 2023, is to look at how you spent your dash and how you will continue to spend your dash. I can say my dash at Muskingum University was well spent. And that was only a small percentage of what is to come. So I hope you look back at your education and that you find that that small percentage you spent here at Muskingum University was well spent, doing the things you love, being with the people you love, and learning the things that you love. Once again, I congratulate the class of fall 2023, and I hope that your dash can make an impact on the world as Muskingum University has surely done for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul, for sharing that story and for those inspiring words. So here to present the faculty's charge to the graduating class is Dr. Melissa Conroy, Associate Professor of Religion and co-director of the Walter Humanitarian Fellows Program. Dr. Conroy joined the Muskingum faculty in 2004. She teaches courses in a variety of areas, including the comparative study of religion. She has led Muskingum study abroad trips to locations, including London, Istanbul, and Hawaii, and she advises several student organizations. Dr. Conroy, please come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Hassler. I'm honored to be delivering the charge from the faculty today. To me, this means that I've been tasked with giving you an order, a command, on how to move forward from here. As a professor at Muskingum, I know that our aim is to educate the whole person for the whole world, and we hope that you will have an impact on that world. But how do we make that impact? And how do we live so that we change the world? As a comparative scholar of religion, I will give you a comparative answer by looking at 2 people who have had a great impact on the world. The famous sage of China, Confucius, who I've been teaching this semester, and a legendary alumni of Muskingum, New Concord's own William Rainey Harper. They have more in common than you'd think. Confucius was born 2,500 years ago, and he tells us that at the tender age of 15, he had his heart set on learning. Harper was born a bit later, in the mid-1800s, and he got an earlier start than Confucius, having completed high school at the age of 10, and he was already a sophomore at the age of 15 at Muskingum. Confucius would go on to study the ancient rites of his people, write books on music and poetry, and make contributions to politics and philosophy that would affect generations. Harper, like Confucius, was also interested in the ancients, going on to study languages like Hebrew, Assyrian, and Aramaic. Harper would become the first president of the University of Chicago, creating a place that would educate generations. The lives of Confucius and Harper clearly demonstrate a great love of knowledge, but it is not that hunger for knowledge that I want to think about today, but rather how these 2 people use that knowledge to impact the world, just as you will use your knowledge to impact the world as well. Confucius believed that if you want social transformation, you must speak to all of humanity. So he taught the poor, telling them to bring what they could, even if it was only a bit of dried meat. I'm glad we don't get paid in beef jerky, but I appreciate the idea. When Harper became a professor, his courses were so popular that many couldn't get in, and so he developed a printing press to offer his courses by correspondence. When people couldn't attend during the school year, he started offering a summer quarter. And because some couldn't even afford tuition, he started giving public lectures so his knowledge would be available to all. The famous Indian sage known as Buddha said thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of that candle will not be shortened. Both Confucius and Harper exemplify this idea, as do your professors here today. We have filled your minds with light and the love of knowledge, at least I hope so, and you have become the candles that will go out to light the world. So we charge you to go out and share that light. We charge you to use your knowledge to benefit others. And we charge you to use what you have become to impact the world. Congratulations. Make us proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Conroy, for exemplifying everything that we do for our students here as teacher, scholar, advocate, and mentor. Really appreciate your words. So I now want to invite to the podium once again Chair of the Board of Trustees, Cheryl Carpenter, to present the charge to the graduates from the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, President Hassler, and thank you all. I'm going to guess that the student graduates in front of me, I don't know if you're all students, I'll still call you students, the graduates in front of me have been generating energy your whole life. But I'm confident you've been generating it today. From the moment you walked in and your friends and family in the audience has been cheering you as you're walking across the stage. I love the hoopla. And I bet all those folks have a good story that they could tell about you. And so let's talk about stories for a second. There was a story, think back to the story that brought you to Muskingum, and the story that now you can tell about your time at Muskingum. The things you've learned, the friendships you've made, the early mornings, the very late nights, the study sessions, the support you receive from your professors, the help from everyone on campus and your family, and the list goes on. But those stories brought you to this moment, and we celebrate all that you have accomplished during your time with Muskingum to reach this day to receive your diploma. Sophocles said, "Success is dependent on effort." And your diploma and the effort that you poured into it represents a milestone of stretching and learning. It's a ticket to prepare you to write the next story and carry out your purpose. So it's my great pleasure to represent the Board of Trustees as we congratulate you on this achievement. Graduates, I offer you this charge. Work hard to achieve your happiness. You get to define what makes you happy. A wise person told me long ago that to have a good friend, you must be a good friend. And that same advice holds true in many areas of your life. To have a loving family, you need to be a loving family member. To have trust at your workplace, you need to be trustworthy and give trust. To achieve your dream, you need to pursue your dream, define it, and make it happen. Work hard to achieve your happiness. As Abraham Lincoln said, most folks are about as happy as they make their minds up to be. We all have a story of our life. Appreciate the story that brought you to Muskingum. Love and smile and reminisce about the story of your time here. But now, be excited about writing the beginning of the rest of your story and making your dreams a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, for all the ways that you serve the university and our students. So we are nearing the end of our celebration, and it's my great pleasure to thank you all for your participation. Everyone in this room has participated in the celebration, and I do wish our graduates the very best on their next steps on this journey. So class of 2023, will you please rise in body or spirit? As you take the next steps on your journey, share your passions, lead, and really be a part of the world. Turn your dreams into action. Care for yourselves, for others, and for the world around you. Find joy in wherever you are, in the extraordinary and in the everyday. We are so immensely proud of you. Congratulations and many blessings, class of 2023. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to remain standing for a few moments here. In just a moment, I'm going to ask the audience to join you in standing. And Sarah Heading, who sang for us earlier, is going to lead us in singing Muskingum's alma mater. And the alma mater is actually printed in your programs. If you would like to sing along with Sarah, you certainly can here today. And after that, Reverend Wadlington is going to lead us in a benediction. And then we're going to ask the graduates and audience members to be seated as we process out, and then you will be ushered out. So those are your instructions for the rest of the time. So now would everyone rise, join our graduates in body and spirit as Sarah Heading, class of 2023, sings our alma mater. Sarah.
Class of 2023, as you go out, know that you go with our blessing. We will miss you. We welcome you back whenever you want to come back and see us. And we look forward to hearing wonderful stories about the great things that you're going to do in this world. Treat everyone you meet with dignity and respect, and that will carry you far. A few of you have heard this poem, but I think it's a good one, so I want to share it with you. I Wish You Enough by Bob Perks. I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright. I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun more. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive. I wish you enough pain so that the smallest joys in life appear much bigger. I wish you enough gain to satisfy your wanting. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all that you possess. And I wish you enough hellos to get you through the final goodbye. Go in peace this day. Amen.